If you enjoyed this audiobook, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Sharing it with your friends and family helps spread knowledge, and when we help others grow, we grow too. Thank you so much for listening. Let's dive into the audiobook. Chapter 1, The Primordial Beginning, From Cosmic Void to the Seed of Creation. Part 1, The Infinite Cosmic Ocean and the Cosmic Serpent, Ananta. Before time began, there was only darkness. There was no sun, no moon, no stars. There was no earth, no sky, no living beings. There was nothing but endless water everywhere. This was not ordinary water like rivers or oceans. This was the great cosmic water that filled all space. In these endless waters, there was complete stillness. No waves moved, no sound was heard. This vast ocean stretched in all directions, with no beginning and no end. It was the primordial water from which everything would later come. In this infinite ocean lived a great serpent called Ananta. Ananta means endless because this serpent had no beginning and no end. His body was so vast that it stretched across the entire cosmic ocean. Ananta had 1,000 heads, each more beautiful than precious jewels. His eyes were like burning fire, and his breath was like gentle wind. This mighty serpent was not an ordinary creature. Ananta was time itself in the form of a serpent. He was eternity made visible. His coils represented the endless cycles of creation and destruction that would come. His 1,000 heads showed the infinite nature of existence. Upon the soft coils of Ananta rested Lord Vishnu, the great preserver of all that exists. Vishnu lay in deep sleep, floating on the serpent's body in the middle of the cosmic waters. This was not ordinary sleep, but cosmic sleep called Yoga Nidra. During this divine rest, all creation remained unborn, waiting inside Vishnu like seeds waiting for the right time to grow. The ocean around them was perfectly calm. No ripples disturbed its surface. This water was not empty, but filled with all possibilities. Everything that would ever exist lay hidden in these waters in unmanifested form. All worlds, all beings, all knowledge, all time rested silently in this cosmic sea. Goddess Lakshmi, Vishnu's eternal companion, sat near his feet, gently pressing them. She represented the divine energy that would help bring forth creation when the time came. Even she remained quiet during this cosmic rest. For countless ages, this scene continued unchanged. The great serpent Ananta supported Lord Vishnu, who slept peacefully on the endless waters. This was the state before creation, when nothing existed in form, but everything existed in potential. The cosmic ocean held within itself all that would ever be created. This peaceful scene would not last forever. Deep within his cosmic sleep, Lord Vishnu would soon stir, and from his stirring would come the beginning of all creation. Part 2. Lord Vishnu's Cosmic Slumber and the Birth of the Lotus. HTML. As Lord Vishnu lay in his deep cosmic sleep upon the great serpent Ananta, floating on the endless ocean of existence, a moment of profound change began. Though his body remained perfectly still in divine rest, something within the depths of his being started to stir. This was not awakening from sleep, but a gentle movement of divine will that would bring forth creation itself. From the very center of Lord Vishnu's body, from his navel, something began to grow. It started as a tiny point of light, so small that it could barely be seen. But this light contained within it the power of all creation. Slowly, very slowly, this point of light began to take shape and grow larger. As ages passed in the cosmic ocean, this light formed into a stem. The stem grew upward, rising from Lord Vishnu's navel into the waters above. It moved with purpose, guided by divine will, stretching toward the surface of the cosmic sea. The stem was golden and pure, filled with the essence of life itself. At the top of this golden stem, something wonderful began to unfold. Petals appeared, soft and perfect, opening like the most beautiful flower ever seen. This was no ordinary flower, but a divine lotus of incredible beauty and power. The lotus bloomed fully, its petals spreading wide across the cosmic waters. Each petal was perfect, glowing with inner light. This sacred lotus that grew from Lord Vishnu's navel was far more than just a flower. It was the cosmic womb, the divine birthplace from which all creation would spring forth. Within its golden center lay the potential for every star, every world, every living being that would ever exist. The lotus floated on the cosmic waters, supported by its golden stem that remained connected to the sleeping Lord Vishnu. Though Vishnu continued his divine rest, his creative power flowed through the stem into the lotus above. The flower pulsed gently with divine energy, ready to give birth to the creator of the universe. Inside the lotus, in its most sacred center, another divine being was taking form. This was Lord Brahma, who would become the creator of all things. Brahma formed slowly within the protective petals of the cosmic lotus, nourished by the divine energy flowing from Lord Vishnu below. The birth of this lotus marked the end of the time before creation and the beginning of the time when all things would come into being. Though Lord Vishnu remained in his cosmic sleep, his divine nature had produced this perfect flower, this sacred space where creation could begin. The cosmic ocean, which had been empty and still for countless ages, now held within it this magnificent lotus. The great serpent Ananta continued to support Lord Vishnu, and the lotus swayed gently on the waters above, ready to release into the universe the creator who would shape all existence. Part 3. Emergence of Lord Brahma, the creator, from the lotus. From the sacred lotus that bloomed upon the cosmic waters, Lord Brahma came into being. As the petals of this divine flower opened fully, there emerged the four-faced creator, the first being to exist in the universe. His birth from the lotus marked the moment when the unmanifested became manifest, when the formless took form. Lord Brahma found himself sitting within the golden lotus. Surrounded by the endless cosmic ocean, he looked in all directions with his four faces, seeing only water stretching beyond all limits. There was no earth, no sky, no stars, no other beings. He was alone in the vast emptiness, the first conscious being in all existence. The Creator God understood his purpose immediately. He had been born to shape the universe, to give form to all that would exist. His divine mind contained the plans for creation, the knowledge of how to build worlds and fill them with life. Though he was alone, he carried within himself the power to create all things. Brahma began his work with great care. He meditated deeply, gathering his creative power. From his thoughts came the first sounds, the sacred vibrations that would become the foundation of all creation. These sounds spread through the cosmic waters, giving birth to space itself, where before there had been only the ocean and the lotus. Now there was room for things to exist. The Creator then brought forth time. Before Brahma's awakening, there had been no moments, no past or future. Everything had simply been in an eternal now. But with Brahma's first creative act, time began to flow. Seconds, minutes, days, and years came into being, creating the rhythm by which all future events would unfold. With space and time established, Lord Brahma continued his work. He created the first laws that would govern the universe. These were not rules written on stone, but cosmic principles built into the very fabric of existence. The law that causes rivers to flow downward, the force that holds the stars in their paths, the power that makes seeds grow into trees. All these came from Brahma's divine mind. The four-faced creator worked without rest, for there was much to accomplish. Each of his faces looked in a different direction, allowing him to oversee all aspects of creation simultaneously. His eastern face created the morning and new beginnings. His southern face brought forth the fullness of day and growth. His western face made the evening and the time of harvest. His northern face created the night and the time of rest. As Brahma continued his cosmic work, he remained seated on his lotus throne. The great flower had become his palace, his workshop, and his temple. From this sacred space above the cosmic waters, he would create all the worlds, all the beings, and all the forces that would fill the universe with life and meaning. Part 4. Brahma's Lonely Creation, the First Life and Cosmic Duality. As Brahma sat alone on his lotus throne above the cosmic waters, he gazed into the empty space around him. The silence was complete. No sound, no movement, no life existed anywhere in the vast emptiness. Only he remained, the first conscious being in all creation. From his divine mind, Brahma began to think the first thoughts of creation. As he concentrated, his thoughts took form and became real. First, he created the most basic forces that would govern all existence. He divided the unity of creation into pairs of opposites. Brahma created light and darkness as the first duality. Light would bring knowledge, warmth, and growth. Darkness would bring rest, mystery, and the unknown. Neither could exist without the other. For how could light be understood without darkness to contrast it? Next, he created good and evil. Good would inspire beings toward truth, love, and righteousness. Evil would challenge them, test their strength, and create the struggles that would help them grow. Both were necessary for the great dance of existence to begin. He created hot and cold, hard and soft, pleasure and pain. Each pair of opposites would work together to create the endless variety of experiences that would fill the universe. Without these pairs, existence would remain flat and unchanging. As these cosmic forces spread throughout the empty space, Brahma felt ready to create the first living beings. From his breath, he created the winds that would carry life throughout the cosmos. From his thoughts, he created the first minds that could think and feel. The Creator God divided himself and became many. From different parts of his divine body, he brought forth the first beings. Some were filled with light and goodness. Others carried darkness and challenges. Some were gentle and peaceful. Others were fierce and strong. These first beings looked up at their Creator with wonder. They had never seen anything before, for they were the first to see. Brahma taught them their purposes in the great plan of creation. Some would protect and nurture. Others would test and challenge. All would play their part in the cosmic story that was just beginning. The cosmos was no longer silent. Voices rang out as the first beings spoke their first words. Movement filled the space as they began to act according to their natures. The great wheel of existence started to turn. Brahma watched his creations with satisfaction. The foundation of duality was now established. The first living beings were learning their roles. The empty cosmos was beginning to fill with life, conflict, growth, and change. The stage was set for all the wonders that would follow. Part 5. The Birth of the Universe's Elements and Realms. Now Brahma looked upon his living creations and knew the time had come to build their dwelling place. The cosmos needed structure. The beings needed realms to inhabit. From his divine mind, Brahma called forth the 5 great elements that would form the foundation of all existence. First came ether, the vast space that holds all things. It spread throughout the cosmos, creating room for everything that would follow. From ether came air, the breath of life that would move through all creation. Air brought with it the power of movement and change. From air emerged fire, bright and powerful. Fire brought light to the darkness and heat to warm the cold void. It carried the power to transform and purify. From fire came water. flowing and nurturing. Water brought the gift of life itself, the means for all living things to grow and flourish. Last came earth, solid and stable. Earth provided the ground on which all beings could stand. It offered shelter and sustenance. These 5 elements began to mix and combine in countless ways. Each combination created something new and different. Brahma then divided the cosmos into many realms, each one suited for different types of beings. The highest realm he made for the gods and divine beings. Here was perfect light and eternal peace. Below this, he created other heavenly realms for those who had lived good lives and earned such reward. In the middle regions, Brahma formed the realm of mortals. This would be the place where human beings would live and learn. Here the 5 elements came together in perfect balance. Mountains rose from the earth, rivers flowed across the land, fire warmed the world during the day, air carried the breath of life, and space held it all together. Below the mortal realm, Brahma created other worlds for different kinds of beings. Some were places of learning, others were places where beings worked through their mistakes and grew wiser. Each realm had its own purpose in the great design. All these realms existed within each other, connected like layers of a great structure. A being could move from one realm to another based on their actions and understanding. Nothing was separate from anything else. The same 5 elements that made the highest heaven also made the lowest realm. The elements themselves were alive with consciousness. Earth knew its heaviness. Water knew its flowing nature. Fire knew its power to change. Air knew its freedom to move. Ether knew its role in holding space for all the others. Each realm had its own inhabitants who were made from different combinations of the elements. Some beings were mostly fire, burning bright with knowledge and energy. Others were mostly earth, steady and strong. Still others were mostly water, gentle and nurturing. The cosmic structure was now complete. From the infinite ocean to the highest heaven, from the smallest particle to the vastest realm, everything was connected through the 5 elements. The universe had become a living whole, ready to support countless forms of life and consciousness in their eternal journey. Chapter 2. The Divine Triumvirate. Creation, Preservation, and Destruction. Part 1. Brahma's role as creator and the assembly of the universe. When the vast emptiness held only the waters of creation, Brahma rose from the golden egg that floated upon these endless waters. He looked upon the formless void and knew his divine purpose. The Creator must bring forth all that exists from the elements that lay sleeping in the cosmic waters. Brahma first gathered the 5 great elements that would form the foundation of all things. Earth, water, fire, air, and space came together at his divine command. These elements merged and separated according to his will, creating the building blocks from which all worlds would be made. The Creator then spoke the sacred sound Om, and from this first vibration came the power to shape reality. With his 4 faces looking in all directions, Brahma could see every corner of creation as it took form. His 4 arms worked tirelessly, molding the cosmic matter into ordered patterns. First, Brahma created the heavens above, where the gods would dwell. He placed the bright stars in their positions and set the sun and moon on their eternal paths across the sky. Below the heavens, he formed the middle realm, where mortals would live. At the bottom, he created the underworlds where other beings would make their homes. From his mind, Brahma brought forth the first beings. The sages and wise men emerged from his thoughts, carrying within them the knowledge of divine laws. From different parts of his body came the various types of creatures. Some were born from his breath, others from his limbs, each according to their destined place in creation. The Creator established the cosmic laws that would govern all existence. He set the rules for how beings would be born, how they would live, and how they would die. The wheel of time began to turn under his guidance, marking the seasons, the years, and the great ages that would follow. Brahma created the sacred Vedas, the holy knowledge that would guide all beings toward truth. He gave each creature its nature and its role in the cosmic order. The strong would protect, the wise would teach, the workers would serve, and all would follow their rightful paths. When his great work was complete, Brahma looked upon the assembled universe with satisfaction. The worlds were in their proper places, the beings knew their duties, and the cosmic laws were firmly established. The cycles of life and death began their eternal dance, ensuring that creation would continue through endless ages. Thus did Brahma fulfill his role as creator, bringing order from chaos and giving form to the formless void. His divine assembly of the universe marked the beginning of time itself, setting in motion the great cycles that would govern all existence for countless ages to come. Part 2. Vishnu's role as sustainer and the maintenance of cosmic order. When Brahma's work of creation was complete and the worlds were set in their places, the great responsibility of keeping everything in balance fell to Lord Vishnu. As the preserver of all that exists, Vishnu watches over creation with endless compassion and wisdom. Vishnu lies upon the cosmic serpent Shesha, floating on the vast ocean of existence. From this position, he sees all worlds and all beings. His 4 arms hold the conch shell, the spinning wheel, the lotus flower, and the mighty club. These divine weapons and symbols show his power to protect what is good and fight what brings harm. The Lord's most important duty is to keep Dharma strong in the universe. Dharma is the cosmic law that keeps everything working as it should. When Dharma becomes weak and evil grows strong, Vishnu comes to earth in different forms called avatars. These divine forms take birth among humans and other beings to restore balance. In his first avatar as Matsya, the fish, Vishnu saved all life from the great flood that threatened to destroy everything. As Kurma the turtle, he supported the mighty mountain when gods and demons churned the ocean for precious treasures. When demons stole the earth and hid it in the depths, Vishnu became Varaha the boar and rescued it with his tusks. The avatar Narasimha, half man and half lion, destroyed the demon king who thought he could not be killed. As Vamana the dwarf, Vishnu tricked the proud demon king Bali and pushed him down to the underworld. When warriors forgot their duty and became cruel, Parashurama came to teach them proper conduct. The beloved avatars Rama and Krishna showed how divine beings could live perfect lives while facing the same struggles as ordinary people. Rama proved that even a king must follow Dharma, while Krishna taught that love and devotion can lead anyone to the divine truth. Through all these forms, Vishnu shows that he will never let evil completely win over good. He does not destroy the universe like his role demands of Shiva, nor does he create new things like Brahma does. Instead, Vishnu protects and maintains what already exists. The Lord ensures that the sun rises each day, that seasons change in their proper time, and that all beings receive what they need to live. He keeps the cosmic laws working smoothly so that good actions bring good results and wrong actions bring suffering. This divine justice helps guide all beings toward righteousness. Vishnu's sustaining power flows through every part of creation. He is present in the smallest grain of sand and the largest star. His divine energy keeps all worlds spinning in their courses and prevents chaos from destroying the careful order that Brahma established. When the time comes for the universe to end, Vishnu will gather all creation back into himself, keeping it safe until Brahma creates everything anew. Until that distant time, the preserver continues his eternal watch, ensuring that Dharma survives and creation endures through countless ages. Part 3. Shiva as Destroyer, the Cycle of Death and Rebirth. When Vishnu's work of preserving reaches its end, Lord Shiva steps forward to complete the cosmic cycle. Shiva is the destroyer, but his destruction is not evil or cruel. It is as natural and necessary as the ending of day that brings the dawn, or the falling of old leaves that allows new ones to grow. Shiva's role in creation is to remove what has become old, tired, and worn out. When beings suffer too much, when evil grows too strong, when the world becomes too heavy with pain and wrongdoing, Shiva brings his divine fire to cleanse everything away. This destruction is an act of mercy, clearing space for fresh life to begin. The great Lord appears in many forms when he performs this sacred duty. Sometimes he comes as the fierce Rudra, with wild hair flowing like storm clouds, his body covered in ash from the funeral fires. Sometimes he dances the Tandava, the cosmic dance that shakes the very foundations of existence. In this dance, every step destroys something old while creating something new. Shiva holds the drum that beats the rhythm of time itself. With each beat, worlds are born and worlds pass away. His dance creates the music to which all of existence moves. His feet pound out the measure of cosmic time, and his hands weave the patterns of creation and destruction together as one. The Lord carries fire in one hand, representing his power to burn away illusion and false attachments. This divine fire consumes not just physical forms, but also the spiritual impurities that keep souls trapped in ignorance. When Shiva destroys, he frees all beings from their suffering and gives them the chance to be reborn into better lives. Around his neck, Shiva wears serpents that represent the cycle of time and death. On his forehead shines the third eye, which can see beyond the physical world into the realm of truth. When this eye opens fully, its burning gaze can reduce entire universes to ash in a single moment. Yet even in his role as destroyer, Shiva shows infinite compassion. He takes upon himself the poison that would kill all creation, holding it in his throat until it turns his neck blue. He bears the pain of destruction so that new life can flourish. The ashes that Shiva smears on his body remind all beings that everything physical must eventually return to dust. But these ashes also symbolize the pure spirit that remains when all external forms are stripped away. Through destruction, Shiva reveals the eternal soul that can never be destroyed. When the great dissolution comes at the end of each cosmic age, Shiva performs his final dance. The universe folds back into itself, and all creation rests in divine peace until Brahma awakens once more to begin the cycle anew. Part 4. The Endless Kalpas, Cycles of Creation and Dissolution. The vast cosmos moves through endless cycles called kalpas. Each kalpa is a day in the life of Brahma, lasting billions of years as humans count time. Just as the sun rises and sets each day, the universe itself follows this sacred rhythm of birth, life, and death. When a kalpa begins, Brahma awakens from his cosmic sleep. His eyes open like the first dawn, and creation flows forth from his being. Stars ignite across empty space, planets form from swirling dust and fire. Waters gather in oceans and rivers. The earth becomes fertile and ready for life. During this cosmic day, Vishnu maintains all that has been created. He watches over every living being, from the smallest creature to the mightiest gods. When darkness threatens to destroy the sacred order, Vishnu descends in different forms to restore balance. He appears as a fish to save life from the great flood. He comes as a warrior prince to defeat evil rulers. In each form, he protects the good and preserves the cosmic law. For countless ages, creation flourishes under Vishnu's care. Civilizations rise and achieve great wisdom. Holy men discover divine truths. The universe pulses with life and consciousness. But even this golden time must end, for such is the eternal law. As the kalpa draws to its close, Shiva begins his cosmic dance. His movements grow stronger, and the universe trembles with divine energy. Mountains crumble into dust, oceans boil away into vapor. The very fabric of space begins to dissolve. This is not destruction born of anger, but the natural completion of the cosmic cycle. When Shiva's dance reaches its end, all creation folds back into the source from which it came. The universe rests in perfect silence, like a seed waiting to sprout. Brahma sleeps peacefully through the cosmic night, gathering strength for the next cycle of creation. This cosmic night lasts as long as the day that came before it. In this timeless rest, there is no suffering, no birth, no death. All exists in pure potential, waiting for the moment when Brahma will again open his eyes and breathe new life into existence. These cycles continue without beginning or end. Each kalpa brings forth new worlds and new possibilities, yet the same eternal principles guide each cycle. Brahma creates with divine wisdom, Vishnu preserves with infinite compassion, Shiva transforms with sacred power. Together, they maintain the rhythm that keeps all existence in perfect harmony. Time itself moves in great circles, not straight lines. What appears as ending is truly beginning. What seems like destruction is actually renewal. The three great gods dance together through eternity, their combined power ensuring that creation never truly dies, but only changes form to be born again. Part 5. The Symbolic Dance of the Trimurti and Cosmic Balance. In the great cosmic dance, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva move together as one divine force. Each step they take maintains the balance that keeps all worlds alive. This dance has no beginning and no end. It flows through every moment of time. Brahma steps forward with the rhythm of creation. From his movement springs forth new life, new worlds, and new possibilities. His dance brings order from chaos. Where emptiness once existed, his graceful motion fills space with form and meaning. Every creature that breathes, every star that shines, every thought that emerges follows the pattern of his sacred steps. Vishnu dances beside him with steady, protective movements. His dance holds everything together when forces try to tear apart what has been made. When darkness threatens light. When evil grows strong. When the balance tips toward destruction. Vishnu's dance restores harmony. His steps are firm and sure, keeping the cosmic wheel turning smoothly. Shiva dances with both fierce power and gentle grace. His movements clear away what has grown old and tired. His dance is not cruel but necessary. Like fire that clears dead wood to help new trees grow, Shiva's steps remove what no longer serves the greater good. In his dance, endings become beginnings. The three gods dance as partners, never as enemies. When Brahma creates, Vishnu already moves to protect what is born. When Vishnu sustains, Shiva prepares to transform what will one day need renewal. When Shiva destroys, Brahma waits to create anew. Their dance is perfectly timed, each movement supporting the others. This cosmic dance creates a rhythm that flows through all existence. Mountains rise and fall to this beat. Oceans expand and contract. Stars are born and die. Creatures take breath and release it. Seasons change. Ages pass. All follow the tempo set by the divine dancers. The dance floor is the entire universe. Space itself moves to their rhythm. Time keeps pace with their steps. Every grain of sand, every drop of water, every ray of light participates in this eternal performance. Nothing exists outside this dance. Everything that is, was, or will be moves within it. This dance maintains perfect balance. Too much creation without destruction would fill the universe beyond capacity. Too much destruction without creation would leave only emptiness. Too much change without preservation would create chaos. The three gods ensure that none of these extremes occur. The dance continues through every cycle of time. In each kalpa, the same rhythm plays. Yet each cycle brings new variations, new expressions of the eternal theme. The dance itself never grows old or tired. It is always fresh, always alive, always perfect in its balance and beauty. Chapter 3. The Cosmic Cycles, Kalpas, Yugas, and the Flow of Time. Part 1. Understanding Kalpas. The vast epochs of creation. In the beginning of time, the great Lord Brahma opens his eyes and starts a new kalpa. A kalpa is one full day in the life of Brahma. This day lasts for 4,320,000,000 years of human time. When Brahma's day ends, his night begins, and this night also lasts the same number of years. During Brahma's day, the universe comes to life. All the worlds appear. The stars shine. The planets move in their paths. All living beings are born and live their lives. Mountains rise from the earth. Rivers flow to the seas. The gods rule from their high places. Humans walk the earth and build their cities. But when Brahma closes his eyes to sleep, all creation dissolves. The worlds fade away. The stars go out. All beings return to their source. Everything becomes still and quiet. This is not the end forever. It is like sleep before waking up again. One kalpa contains 1,000 cycles of the 4 great ages. These ages are called yugas. Each cycle of 4 yugas happens again and again during Brahma's long day. First comes the age of truth, then the age of 3 parts, then the age of 2 parts, and finally the Dark Age. After the Dark Age ends, the cycle starts fresh with the Age of Truth. The time in a kalpa moves like breathing. Creation breathes in when the universe appears. Creation breathes out when everything dissolves. This breathing never stops. It has happened countless times before. It will happen countless times again. Each kalpa brings the same pattern but with small changes. New beings appear, different stories unfold, yet the basic order remains the same. The gods still rule. Humans still seek truth. Good and evil still fight their eternal battle. Brahma lives for 100 years of his own time. Each year has 360 days and nights. Each day and night is one kalpa. When all these kalpas are finished, even Brahma dissolves. Then a greater dissolution comes. After this great rest, a new Brahma appears and starts the whole process again. This shows how vast time really is. What seems like forever to humans is just a moment in cosmic time. Mountains that look eternal crumble to dust. Seas that appear endless dry up. Even the gods who seem immortal have their time of rest. The kalpas teach us that everything in this world has its season. Nothing stays the same forever. Yet nothing is truly lost. What dissolves will appear again in a new form. Part 2. The 4 yugas, the ages of truth, decline, discord, and darkness. Within each kalpa, time moves through 4 great ages called yugas. These ages follow each other in order, like seasons in a year. Each age has its own nature and length. Together, they show how goodness slowly fades from the world, then returns again. The first age is Satya Yuga, the age of truth. This golden time lasts 1,728,000 years. During Satya Yuga, righteousness stands strong on 4 legs like a perfect bull. People live according to Dharma without effort. Truth flows naturally from every heart. Humans live for thousands of years, with bodies free from disease and minds clear like still water. Kings rule with wisdom and justice. The earth gives abundant food without hard work. Rain falls at the right time. Seasons come in perfect order. People need no temples because they see the divine everywhere. They perform no rituals because their whole life is worship. Peace covers the world like a gentle blanket. Then comes Treta Yuga, lasting 1,296,000 years. Righteousness now stands on 3 legs instead of 4. Some goodness is lost, but much remains. People still live long lives, though shorter than before. They begin to perform sacrifices and build temples. Kings must work harder to maintain order. The earth still gives plenty, but humans must put in more effort. Knowledge starts to divide into different branches. Some people become teachers, others warriors, farmers, or servants. Yet truth still guides most actions, and hearts remain mostly pure. Next comes Dwapara Yuga, lasting 864,000 years. Righteousness wobbles on just 2 legs. Half of all goodness has faded away. People live shorter lives and face more troubles. Disease begins to appear in the world. The sacred knowledge breaks into many parts. Arguments arise about what is right and wrong. Kings must fight wars to protect their people. The earth becomes less giving. Farmers work harder for smaller crops. Rain becomes irregular. People need more rituals and rules to stay on the righteous path. Yet some great souls still shine like bright stars in the growing darkness. Finally comes Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, lasting 432,000 years. This is our present age. Righteousness stands on only 1 weak leg, ready to fall. Most goodness has left the world. People live short lives full of worry and pain. Falsehood spreads like poison in water. Rulers become selfish and cruel. The strong harm the weak without shame. Holy books are forgotten or twisted for personal gain. Natural disasters strike often. Seasons become confused. Rivers dry up or flood without reason. People fight over small things and forget their duties. Yet even in this dark time, those who remember the divine name can find peace and liberation. These 4 yugas repeat endlessly through cosmic time. After Kali Yuga ends, Sakya Yuga begins again. This cycle shows that no darkness lasts forever. Light always returns after shadow. The decline is not a failure, but part of the divine plan. Each age teaches different lessons and offers different paths to reach the eternal truth that never changes. Part 3. Pralaya, the Great Dissolution and Cosmic Reset. When Kali Yuga reaches its end, all creation must return to its source. This is Pralaya, the Great Dissolution. Just as a person sleeps after the day's work, the universe too must rest after countless ages of activity. During Pralaya, all that exists begins to fade away. The earth stops giving food, rivers dry completely. The 7 suns appear in the sky and burn everything to ash. Mountains melt like butter in fire. Oceans boil and disappear into steam. The wind blows with such force that it destroys all remaining things. All living beings die during this time. Gods, humans, animals, plants, and even the smallest creatures return to the unmanifested state. The 14 worlds collapse into each other. Heaven, earth, and the lower regions all dissolve back into their original essence. But this destruction is not evil or cruel. It is as natural as night following day. The scriptures say that what is born must die, and what dies will be born again. Pralaya is the universe taking rest before its next birth. During this cosmic sleep, only Brahman remains. This eternal truth is never born and never dies. It watches over the dissolved creation like a mother watches her sleeping child. All the seeds of future creation rest within this divine consciousness, waiting for their time to sprout again. The individual souls do not disappear during Pralaya. They merge into the cosmic soul, but keep their separate existence, like rivers that flow into the ocean, yet remain water. Their karma, their good and bad actions, stays with them through this cosmic night. When the time is right, creation begins anew. Brahman stirs from cosmic rest, and the universe emerges once more. New worlds form, new beings are born. the cycle of Yugas starts fresh. What was destroyed returns in new forms, guided by the eternal laws. This dissolution and recreation happen many times. Each Pralaya cleans the universe of all accumulated impurities. It gives every soul a fresh chance to grow and learn. Like a farmer who lets his field rest before planting new crops, the divine lets creation rest before starting again. Some Pralayas are small, destroying only parts of creation. Others are vast, dissolving entire cosmic systems. The greatest Pralaya happens when even Brahma, the creator god, returns to his source. Then, everything waits in perfect stillness until the next cosmic dawn. Understanding Pralaya teaches us that nothing in this physical world lasts forever. Mountains, stars, and even gods have their time and then fade away. Only the eternal truth behind all creation continues without change. This knowledge brings peace to those who fear death and teaches them to focus on what never dies. The Great Dissolution shows that destruction and creation are two faces of the same divine activity. Without Pralaya, there could be no fresh beginning. Without this cosmic reset, the universe would become tired and worn out. Through this endless cycle of rest and activity, creation stays forever young and full of possibilities. Part 4. The Eternal Recurrence and the Multiverse Concept. After each Pralaya comes a new creation. The great Lord Brahma wakes up from his cosmic sleep and begins to create the world again. This happens over and over without any end. What we see as the beginning and end of everything is just one small part of an endless cycle. Time moves in great circles. When one universe dies in Pralaya, another takes its place. This new universe follows the same pattern as before. It goes through the same 4 yugas. It has the same kinds of beings. The same cosmic laws guide its growth and decay. Yet each cycle is also fresh and new. The ancient sages teach that this cycle has no beginning and will have no end. Before our universe existed, countless others came and went. After our universe dissolves, countless more will rise and fall. Each cycle lasts for billions and billions of years. But even this vast time is like a single breath of the eternal Brahma. The sacred texts speak of many universes existing at the same time. While our world goes through its cycle of creation and destruction, other worlds follow their own paths. Some may be in their golden age while we struggle through darkness. Others may be dissolving while we are being born. Each universe floats like a bubble in the infinite ocean of existence. These countless universes each have their own Mount Meru. Each has its own heaven and earth. Each has its own gods and beings. Yet all spring from the same divine source. All follow the same eternal laws. All return to the same cosmic rest. Some worlds may have different kinds of time. What feels like years to us might pass like moments there. What seems like ages to them might flash by quickly here. The divine creates infinite variety within the same basic pattern. This teaching shows how small our troubles really are. The problems that seem so important to us are tiny moments in the vast flow of cosmic time. Yet this does not make life meaningless. Instead, it shows that life is part of something much greater than we can imagine. The same eternal truth that creates our world creates all worlds. The same divine presence that lives in us lives in all beings everywhere. We are connected to every universe through the one spirit that makes and fills them all. Even death loses its terror when we understand this cosmic picture. Death is just one small change in an endless dance of forms. The real self in us never dies, but moves from form to form across countless worlds and times. This is why the wise do not grieve too much over what passes away. They know that everything returns in new forms. They focus on the eternal truth that never changes, while all these cosmic cycles spin around it. Part 5. Mount Meru and the structure of the Brahmanda, cosmic egg. At the center of all creation stands Mount Meru, the golden mountain that serves as the axis around which all worlds turn. This sacred peak rises from the depths of the earth and reaches toward the highest heavens. It is not made of ordinary stone and earth, but of divine substance that shines with its own light. Mount Meru stands as the backbone of the universe. Around its base lie the 7 continents and 7 oceans, each surrounding the next in perfect circles. The mountain's 4 sides face the 4 directions, each made of different precious materials. The eastern face shines like crystal, the southern gleams like sapphire, the western glows like ruby, and the northern sparkles like gold. Upon the slopes and peaks of Mount Meru dwell the gods and celestial beings. Here are the gardens of paradise, where divine trees bear fruits that grant immortality. Rivers of nectar flow down the mountainsides, bringing life to all the worlds below. The sun, moon, and stars move in their courses around this cosmic center, marking the passage of time for all beings. This entire universe exists within the Brahmanda, the cosmic egg. Like a bird's egg contains all that will become the living creature, the Brahmanda holds all realms, all beings, and all possibilities within its shell. The egg floats in the endless waters of existence, containing within itself the complete cosmos. The Brahmanda has multiple layers, like the shells of an egg within an egg. The outermost layer protects everything inside from the chaos beyond. Within this protection lie all the worlds we can imagine, and many we cannot. The Earth realm where humans live occupies just a tiny space in this vast cosmic structure. Below the Earth stretch the lower realms where other beings dwell. Above rise the heavenly worlds in ascending levels of purity and light. Each realm has its own nature and purpose in the cosmic order. All these worlds remain connected through Mount Meru, which passes through each level like a golden thread binding them together. The cosmic egg does not exist alone. Countless other Brahmandas float in the infinite waters, each containing its own complete universe with its own Mount Meru and its own collection of worlds. Some are just beginning their cosmic cycles while others approach their end. This endless array of cosmic eggs shows the truly limitless nature of creation. Within each cosmic egg, Mount Meru provides stability and order. Without this central axis, the worlds would drift apart and lose their connection to the divine source. The mountain channels the creative power from the highest realms down to the lowest, ensuring that all beings receive what they need for their spiritual growth. This cosmic structure reveals the perfect organization underlying all existence. Nothing exists by chance or accident. Every realm, every being, and every moment serves a purpose in the greater pattern that extends beyond any single universe into the infinite mystery of creation itself. Chapter 4. The Mythic Narratives and Sacred Texts, Cosmology Through Scripture, Part 1. The Upanishads and the Atman's Role in Creation. In the beginning, there was only Brahman. Brahman is the one reality that exists everywhere and in everything. From this one truth, all creation came to be. The wise teachers tell us that within each living being lives the Atman. The Atman is the true self, the soul that never dies. This Atman and Brahman are the same. They are one. Though we may not see this truth clearly, before creation began, Brahman was alone. There was no space, no time, no worlds, no beings. Only pure existence remained. This existence was complete and perfect, lacking nothing. Then Brahman desired to become many. "Let me be many, let me grow forth," spoke the divine will. From this single desire, all creation began to unfold. First came the space that holds all things. Then came the elements that build the world. Fire appeared, bringing light and heat. Water flowed forth, bringing life. Earth formed, giving shape to all things. Air began to move, carrying breath to living beings. From these elements, countless forms took shape. Plants grew from the earth. Animals walked and flew and swam. Human beings appeared, carrying within them the spark of divine consciousness. But the most important truth is this: the Atman within each being is the same as Brahman. The soul in you is not different from the soul in all creation. The consciousness that sees through your eyes is the same consciousness that created the stars. When a person truly knows this, they see the unity behind all things. They understand that the self and the universe are one. The wave realizes it is the ocean. The drop of water knows it is part of the endless sea. This knowledge brings great peace. When you know that your true nature is Brahman itself, fear disappears, death loses its power, for the Atman never dies. Only the body changes, like clothes being taken off and put on again. The creation continues in cycles. Worlds appear and disappear like waves on the ocean. But Brahman remains always the same, always present, always perfect. Those who meditate deeply can experience this truth directly. They sit quietly and look within. Slowly, the boundaries between self and universe fade away. They realize what the teachers have always taught. Tat Tavam Asi, that art thou. You are that. Your deepest self is the divine reality itself. This is the great teaching of the wise ones. This is how creation began and how it continues. All beings are expressions of the one Brahman, temporarily forgetting their true nature, gradually remembering who they really are. Part 2. The Puranas and the epic stories of the Trimurti. Long ago, the wise teachers told many stories about how the three great gods worked together to create and maintain the world. These stories come from the ancient books called Puranas, which means old stories. The people have passed these tales down through many generations. Brahma sits on a lotus flower that grows from the navel of Vishnu. Vishnu lies sleeping on the great serpent Shesha, floating on the cosmic ocean. When it is time to create a new world, Vishnu awakens. From his navel grows the lotus, and within its petals sits Brahma. Brahma opens his eyes and begins his work of creation. First, Brahma creates the basic elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. Then he shapes these elements into mountains, oceans, and sky. He creates the sun, moon, and stars to mark time and seasons. He makes plants to cover the earth and fish to fill the waters. Birds take to the sky and animals walk upon the land. When Brahma creates living beings, different types of creatures come from different parts of his body. From his mouth come the wise teachers and priests who speak truth and perform sacred rituals. From his arms come the warriors and rulers who protect the land and maintain order. From his thighs come the merchants and farmers who trade goods and grow food. From his feet come the workers who serve others and do necessary tasks. While Brahma creates, Vishnu protects and preserves what has been made. When evil threatens to destroy the world, Vishnu takes birth in different forms to restore balance. He becomes a fish to save life from floods. He becomes a turtle to help churn the ocean for precious gifts. He becomes a boar to lift the earth from the depths. He becomes a man-lion to defeat demons. He becomes a dwarf who grows enormous to reclaim the world from evil kings. As Ram, Vishnu shows how to live with honor and duty. He obeys his father, loves his wife, and fights to protect the innocent from demons. As Krishna, Vishnu teaches wisdom while playing as a child, caring for cows, and guiding warriors in great battles. In each form, Vishnu shows different aspects of righteousness and divine love. Shiva has the most difficult task. when a world grows old and corrupt. When beings forget their purpose and cause suffering, Shiva must destroy everything so creation can begin fresh. He dances the dance of destruction, and his movements shake the universe apart. Fire consumes everything. Water washes all away. Only then can Brahma begin creating again. But Shiva also creates. He is the great teacher who gives knowledge to those who seek truth. He sits in meditation on Mount Kailash, showing how to find peace through inner stillness. He is the master of all arts and sciences. Dancers, musicians, and scholars pray to him for skill and inspiration. These three gods work together in endless cycles: creation, preservation, destruction, and creation again. The stories teach that everything in existence follows this pattern. Seasons change, people are born and die, kingdoms rise and fall, even universes themselves appear and dissolve. The ancient teachers told these stories not just for entertainment, but to help people understand their place in the cosmic order. Every person has a role to play, duties to fulfill, and opportunities to grow in wisdom and devotion. Part 3. The Mahabharata and Time Dilation, King Kakudmi's Journey. In the great book called Mahabharata, there is a story about King Kakudmi and his daughter Revati. This story teaches us about how time works differently in the realm of the gods compared to our world. King Kakudmi ruled over a beautiful kingdom on earth. He had a daughter named Revati, who was very wise and beautiful. When it came time for her to marry, the king could not find any suitable husband for her among the princes and warriors of earth. No one seemed worthy of his precious daughter. The king decided to take Revati and travel to Brahmaloka, the realm of Lord Brahma, the creator god. He wanted to ask Brahma himself to suggest a good husband for his daughter. This was a long and difficult journey through the cosmic realms. When King Kakudmi and Revati finally reached Brahmaloka, they found Lord Brahma listening to a musical performance by the Gandharvas, the celestial musicians. The king waited respectfully until the music ended. He did not want to interrupt the divine performance. After the music stopped, King Kakudmi bowed before Brahma and explained his purpose. He told the creator god about his difficulty in finding a suitable husband for Revati. He asked for guidance and suggestions. Lord Brahma listened carefully and then began to smile. He told the king something that shocked him completely. Brahma explained that while they had been traveling to reach Brahmaloka and waiting for the music to end, many ages had passed on earth. The time that seemed like a few moments in the realm of Brahma was actually thousands of years on earth. All the people King Kakudmi had known were now dead. Their children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren had also lived and died. Entire dynasties had risen and fallen. Brahma explained that time moves very differently in different realms. What feels like a short time in the divine realm equals vast periods in the human world. This is the nature of cosmic time. Brahma then advised the king that since so much time had passed, the people of earth had become much smaller in stature. He suggested that Revati should marry Balarama, the brother of Lord Krishna, who was strong enough to be a good husband for her despite the difference in their sizes. King Kakudmi accepted this advice. When they returned to earth, they found everything exactly as Brahma had said. The world had changed completely. People had become smaller and weaker than in their time. Revati married Balarama and became his devoted wife. But because she was much taller than the people of that time, Balarama used his divine power to make her the right size for that age. This story teaches us that time is not the same everywhere in the universe. The gods experience time very differently than humans do. What seems like ages to us might be just moments to them. This shows us how vast and mysterious creation truly is. The story also teaches that everything in creation follows cycles. Ages pass, people change, but the cosmic order continues. Even kings and kingdoms that seem permanent will eventually pass away, but the divine plan continues through all time. Part 4. Symbolic Interpretations, from Hiranyagarbha to Cosmic Reality. In the beginning, before anything existed, There was only the great void. From this emptiness came Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb of creation. This golden egg floated in the dark waters of nothingness. Inside this cosmic egg was all the potential for everything that would ever exist. The sacred texts tell us that Hiranyagarbha is like a seed that contains a mighty tree. Just as a tiny seed holds within it all the power to become a great banyan tree with countless branches, the golden womb held all of creation within its form. This golden egg was not made of ordinary gold, but of the pure light of consciousness itself. For 1 full year, the cosmic egg remained floating in the waters. During this time, the divine force within was growing stronger. This year was not like our earthly years, but a divine year that lasted for countless ages. Time itself was different in those early moments of creation. When the time was right, the golden egg split into 2 halves. The upper half became the heavens, bright and shining. The lower half became the earth, solid and firm. Between them was created the atmosphere, where clouds would form and winds would blow. From this division came Prajapati, the lord of all creatures. He was the first being, born from the cosmic egg. His breath became the wind. His voice became thunder. His eyes became the sun and moon. His body became the mountains and valleys. The texts teach us that this story is not just about what happened long ago. It shows us deeper truths about reality itself. The golden womb represents the source from which all things come. It is the one divine consciousness that appears as the many things we see around us. Just as waves arise from the ocean, but are still the ocean. All creation arises from this one source, but remains connected to it. The golden egg teaches us that everything in existence shares the same divine essence. The stars, the earth, plants, animals, and humans all came from the same cosmic womb. This symbol also shows us that creation is not something that happened once and ended. The process continues always. In every moment, the divine consciousness is creating the world anew. What appears to us as solid matter is really the dancing energy of this cosmic force. The wise ones who wrote these texts used the image of the golden womb to help us understand what cannot be spoken in ordinary words. They knew that the deepest truths about existence can only be pointed to through symbols and stories that touch both our minds and hearts. Part 5. Human Dharma and Karma within the Cosmic Order. The great texts tell us that every person has their place in this vast cosmic order. Just as the golden womb gives birth to all creation, each soul is born with a sacred duty to perform. This duty is called Dharma. It is not just a rule given by others, but the very purpose for which each being exists. Your Dharma flows from your nature, your birth, and your stage of life. A teacher's Dharma is to share knowledge with pure heart. A warrior's Dharma is to protect those who cannot protect themselves. A merchant's Dharma is to trade fairly and provide for society. A servant's Dharma is to work with dedication and loyalty. The mother's Dharma is to nurture life. The child's Dharma is to learn and honor the elders. When you follow your Dharma, you move in harmony with the cosmic rhythm. When you go against it, you create disturbance in the universal order. This is why the scriptures say that it is better to do your own Dharma poorly than to do another's Dharma well, even if it seems easier or more profitable. Every action you perform creates karma. Karma is the law that connects your deeds to their results. Like a seed planted in fertile soil, every thought, word, and action bears fruit in time. Good actions bring good results. Evil actions bring suffering. This is not punishment from an angry God, but the natural way the universe maintains balance. The cosmic forces record every deed. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is lost. Even the smallest act of kindness sends waves through the fabric of existence. Even the smallest act of cruelty disturbs the cosmic harmony. You are not separate from the universe. You are part of it. Your actions shape not just your own destiny, but the destiny of all creation. The wise ones understand this truth. They perform their duties without attachment to the results. They offer their actions to the divine cosmic principle. When you work this way, your karma becomes pure. You become an instrument of the cosmic will rather than a creature driven by selfish desires. The great wheel of time turns through endless cycles. In each cycle, souls are born according to their past karma. They live according to their dharma. They create new karma through their choices. Then they die and are born again, carrying the results of their actions into new lives. This is how individual life connects to cosmic life. Your personal journey of birth, growth, action, death, and rebirth is part of the vast universal story. The same divine consciousness that creates and destroys worlds lives within your heart as your true self. When you realize this truth, you understand that serving your Dharma is serving the cosmic order itself. Chapter 5: The Legacy and Living Philosophy, Hindu Cosmology Today. Part 1: The Universes Beyond Our Own, Infinite Worlds and Multiverses. The ancient texts speak of countless worlds spread throughout the vast expanse of existence. These sacred writings tell us that our world, our sun, our moon, and all the stars we see are but one small part of an endless creation. The Puranas teach that there are 14 realms of existence. 7 exist above our earth, and 7 exist below. Each realm contains its own beings, its own laws, and its own time. What seems like years in our world may pass as moments in higher realms, while lower worlds move more slowly through time. Beyond these 14 worlds, the scriptures describe countless other systems of worlds. Each system has its own Brahma, who creates, its own Vishnu, who protects, and its own Shiva, who destroys and renews. These cosmic beings work in endless cycles, creating and dissolving worlds without beginning or end. The Bhagavata Purana explains that there are as many universes as there are particles of sand on all the beaches of all the oceans. Each universe floats like a bubble in the infinite ocean of existence. Some universes are being born while others are dying. Some contain worlds of great beauty and peace, while others hold realms of learning and growth. Krishna teaches that all these worlds exist within his divine form. He says that countless universes rest within him like seeds within a great fruit. Each seed contains the power to grow into a full creation with its own sun, moon, stars, and living beings. The wise texts tell us that beings can travel between these worlds through their actions and thoughts. Those who live with kindness and wisdom may be born in higher worlds. Those who act with selfishness and harm may find themselves in lower realms. Yet all beings in all worlds have the same divine nature within them. The Mahabharata speaks of travelers who have seen other worlds. They describe places where time moves differently, where beings live for thousands of our years, and where the very nature of existence follows different rules. These accounts remind us that our experience of reality is just one small part of an infinite cosmic story. Each universe goes through the same great cycles of creation, preservation, and dissolution. When one cosmic day of Brahma ends, entire universes dissolve back into the source. When the next cosmic day begins, new universes emerge with fresh possibilities and new forms of life. This vast vision teaches us humility. Our troubles and joys, while important to us, are part of a much greater cosmic dance. The same divine consciousness that creates our world also creates countless others. The same source that gives us life also breathes life into beings in realms beyond our imagination. The scriptures assure us that this infinite creation exists not by accident, but as the natural expression of divine love and consciousness seeking to know itself through endless forms and experiences across infinite worlds. Part 2: The Influence of Creation Stories on Hindu Life and Worship. These cosmic truths live within every Hindu home and temple. When devotees wake before dawn to light oil lamps, they remember how Brahma first brought light to the darkness. The flame represents the divine spark that began all creation. During morning prayers, families recite verses that tell of Vishnu resting on the cosmic serpent. They understand that each new day mirrors the moment when the Creator God opened his eyes to begin forming the world. The water they pour during worship remembers the primordial waters from which all existence emerged. Temple walls show these creation stories in stone and paint. Sculptures of Brahma with 4 faces remind worshippers that divine consciousness sees in all directions. Images of the cosmic egg breaking open teach that creation comes from unity becoming many. The dancing form of Shiva shows how the universe moves between creation and destruction in eternal rhythm. During festivals, these cosmic stories come alive. At Diwali, millions of lights celebrate the victory of light over darkness, echoing the first moment of creation. During Holi, people throw colored powder, remembering how the one divine consciousness became the many colors and forms of creation. The festival of Janmashtami honors Krishna's birth, but also celebrates the eternal birth of divine consciousness in the world. Sacred chants called mantras carry the sound vibration that first created the universe. When devotees repeat Om, they produce the same primordial sound that brought forth all existence. Temple bells ring with this cosmic frequency, connecting worshippers to the original creative force. River worship follows cosmic patterns. The Ganges represents the celestial river that flows from Vishnu's feet through Shiva's hair to earth. Bathing in sacred rivers connects devotees to the cosmic waters of creation. They understand that these earthly rivers are living manifestations of the divine flow that sustains all worlds. Pilgrimage sites mark places where cosmic events occurred. Mount Kailash represents the center of the universe where Shiva dwells. Temples built at these locations become doorways between earthly and cosmic realms. Devotees travel to these places to connect directly with creation's source. Daily food offerings remember how the universe provides for all beings. Before eating, families offer portions to gods, acknowledging that all nourishment comes from cosmic abundance. This practice keeps the awareness that human life depends on divine generosity expressed through natural cycles. Even death rituals follow cosmic principles. Funeral ceremonies help souls transition through the cosmic cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. Families perform these rites knowing that individual death and birth reflect the universe's own cycles of destruction and renewal. Through these practices, Hindu devotees live within the cosmic story every day. Their worship, festivals, and daily actions become ways of participating in the ongoing creation of the universe. Part 3. Reincarnation, Dharma, and the cycle of samsara in daily life. The cosmic cycles that govern the universe also govern the life of every person. Just as the cosmos goes through endless cycles of creation, preservation, and destruction, each soul travels through endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. This journey is called samsara, and it continues until the soul reaches perfect knowledge and returns to the divine source. Every action a person takes creates karma, which shapes their future births. Good actions create good karma and lead to better lives. Bad actions create bad karma and lead to suffering in future births. This is the law that governs all beings, from the smallest insect to the greatest gods. No one can escape this law except through complete wisdom and surrender to the divine. The soul takes many forms through countless lifetimes. It may be born as an animal, a human, a god, or other beings depending on its past actions. Each birth offers new opportunities to learn, grow, and move closer to liberation. The wise person understands that all forms of life are temporary homes for the eternal soul. Dharma guides how people should live in each lifetime. Dharma means righteous duty, and it differs for each person based on their role in society, their family position, and their stage of life. A king's dharma differs from a farmer's dharma. A student's dharma differs from a householder's dharma. Following one's dharma creates good karma and helps the soul progress toward liberation. People often ask why they face suffering or enjoy happiness. The answer lies in their past actions across many lifetimes. Present circumstances reflect the accumulated karma from previous births. This understanding helps people accept their current situation while working to create better karma for future lives. The goal of all souls is moksha, which means liberation from the cycle of birth and death. When a soul reaches perfect knowledge and realizes its true nature as part of the divine, it no longer needs to take birth again. It merges with the eternal source from which all creation comes. This knowledge affects how people live each day. They understand that their current relationships, challenges, and opportunities all serve the soul's journey toward liberation. Family members may have known each other in previous lives. Enemies may have been friends before. Every encounter offers chances to resolve past karma and create positive karma for the future. Death becomes less frightening when people understand it as a transition, like changing clothes or moving to a new house. The soul simply leaves one body and enters another, carrying its karma and experiences forward. Birth celebrations recognize the soul's return to continue its journey. This wisdom encourages compassion toward all beings. Since every soul travels the same path toward liberation, hurting others creates negative karma that delays one's own progress. Helping others creates positive karma that speeds the journey to freedom. Part 4. Parallels between ancient wisdom and modern science. When wise people today study both ancient Hindu texts and modern science, they find surprising similarities. The old scriptures speak of time moving in great circles, where the universe is born, grows, dies, and is born again. Today's scientists also wonder if the universe goes through cycles, expanding and contracting forever. The ancient texts describe countless worlds and universes existing at the same time. Modern science now talks about the multiverse, where many universes exist beyond the one we can see. What the sages wrote thousands of years ago sounds much like what scientists discover with their most powerful tools today. Hindu scriptures teach that the smallest parts of creation contain the same patterns as the largest parts. A tiny atom mirrors the structure of the solar system. The cycles that govern a single life also govern entire cosmic ages. Modern quantum physics shows similar patterns, where the behavior of the tiniest particles connects to the nature of the whole universe. The texts speak of consciousness as the foundation of all existence. Everything that appears solid and real emerges from pure awareness, like waves rising from the ocean. Some modern scientists explore similar ideas, suggesting that consciousness plays a fundamental role in how reality forms and changes. Ancient wisdom describes time differently than we usually think. Past, present, and future exist together in the eternal now. Advanced physics also questions our normal understanding of time, showing that it may not flow in a straight line as we experience it. The scriptures teach that matter and energy constantly transform into each other. Nothing is ever truly created or destroyed, only changed from one form to another. Modern science confirms that energy and matter are different forms of the same thing, and the total amount in the universe stays constant. Hindu cosmology speaks of subtle energies and vibrations that create and maintain all forms. Science now studies how everything in the universe vibrates at different frequencies, from the smallest particles to the largest structures in space. The ancient seers described consciousness expanding to include the entire universe. Modern studies of the brain and consciousness hint at similar possibilities, where individual awareness might connect to a larger field of consciousness. These parallels do not prove that ancient texts predicted modern science. Instead, they show that human beings have always sensed deeper truths about existence. Whether through meditation and spiritual practice, or through scientific experiment and observation, people discover similar patterns in the nature of reality. Both paths lead to wonder at the mystery and beauty of creation. Both inspire respect for the intelligence that designs and sustains all existence. Part 5. The Eternal Dance of Creation, the Ongoing Cosmic Story. The cosmic story never truly ends. It moves in endless circles, like a great wheel that turns forever. What we see as beginning and end are simply moments in an eternal dance that has no first step and no final bow. In this dance, Brahma creates countless worlds with each breath. Vishnu protects and maintains them through ages beyond counting. When time grows old, Shiva dissolves everything back into the source. Then silence rests for a cosmic night, and the dance begins again. This pattern repeats without beginning or end. Each cycle brings forth new universes, new beings, new possibilities. Stars are born and die, planets form and crumble. Life appears, flourishes, and fades away. Yet nothing is ever truly lost. The same eternal energy takes new forms, like water becoming ice or steam while remaining water. We are all part of this cosmic dance. Our souls move through many lives, learning and growing with each turn of the great wheel. The choices we make, the love we give, the wisdom we gain, all of this weaves into the larger pattern of existence. We are both dancers and witnesses in this cosmic play. This ancient vision speaks to people today because it offers hope beyond the fear of endings. When we understand that death leads to new birth, that endings create space for beginnings, we find peace in the midst of change. The dance teaches us that nothing valuable is ever wasted. The same power that spins galaxies beats in our hearts. The intelligence that guides planets in their paths also guides our inner growth. We are not separate from the cosmic story. We are living chapters within it. Every breath connects us to the breath of creation itself. Hindu cosmology remains alive because it addresses the deepest human questions. Why do we exist? What happens after death? How should we live? The answers come not as rigid rules, but as invitations to join the dance with awareness and joy. The cosmic dance continues in this very moment. Creation happens now as consciousness awakens in new minds. Preservation occurs as love sustains relationships and communities. Dissolution takes place as old patterns release their hold, making room for fresh growth. This living philosophy guides millions toward lives of meaning and purpose. It reminds us that we are part of something magnificent and eternal. Whether we understand the cosmos through ancient scriptures or modern telescopes, we participate in the same ongoing miracle of existence. The dance that began before time continues through us, and we carry it forward into whatever new forms await in the endless cycles of creation.